Hello and welcome back to the 90+2 podcast. I am Jamie.
And I'm Xander.
And today we are going to be doing our Euro 2024 predictions video. So of course we are the 90+2,
Yep.
but as you'll see in the channel banner, we also cover all things England and international football. So it seemed rude not to do a bit of a Euro predictions video with the tournament starting this Friday, of course. So we'll jump straight into it. We'll waste no time and go straight into Group A, Xander. I'll start with you and your Group A.
So my Group A prediction, I think the hosts, Germany. I think looking at that group, I think they have struggled of late, and especially in their friendlies, but I think, they're at home. I think they'll be fine in that group. I put Scotland second.
Yep.
They've been really strong
Ooh.
all the way throughout the qualifying process and everything. And I think, the players they've got in their side as well are all brimming with confidence. They've got the likes of John McGinn, who's just reached Champions League football, Scott McTominay, fresh off the back of the FA Cup, Stuart Armstrong, Che Adams, winning the Championship playoffs. They've got players in the squad who will be brimming with confidence of having good seasons. So I think Scotland will be second. I've gone Switzerland third. I think they have some good players in their squad, like Shaqiri, Fabian Schär, well, to name a few. But I think at times they can be a little bit inconsistent. And finally, I've gone for Hungary at the bottom of the group.
Interesting. So I have also gone for Germany top. Obviously, I think, as you'll see reflected in my predictions, they're going to go deep into this tournament.
Yeah.
I think the home advantage does have quite a big effect, as you'll have seen. Obviously, England at the most recent Euros before this one, when we were playing at Wembley, there's absolutely nothing like it.
No.
Obviously, France did well to the final of 2016 when they were the hosts. But yeah, I think, as you say, despite the fact that there was rumours of a bit of discontent in the group between, did you see Füllkrug and Rudiger? Did you see that tweet?
Yes, I did, yeah.
I still think they'll be fine. I think they'll be strong enough to top this group. Now, this is where I've gone different from you. I've put Hungary second.
Really?
I think they are absolutely not to be written off.
Fair
They
enough.
gave England a seeing to back along, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
And admittedly, a lot of people are saying they reckon they could be carried by Schloboschlei or whatever, but they are my dark horses for this. Well, for the whole tournament, really. But yeah, I definitely think that Hungary are not to be discounted.
Okay.
I have put Scotland. I've put Scotland third, but as you'll see, I've predicted them to be one of the ones who does make it through, and then Switzerland bottom, because I think, again, this is a bit of a red herring one, but there's always one side who, on paper, as you say, they've got some good players. I don't see them beating Scotland.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, Scotland brimming with confidence, could see that game being a draw. And then Hungary, as I say, I think they're a lot stronger than a lot of people are taking them for. So that is my Group A. I've gone for Germany, Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland. Before we move on, did you have Switzerland to go through as one of the lucky third place teams?
I did have Switzerland to go through as one of the lucky third place teams. I did, yeah.
There you go. All right, we'll move on to Group B,
Yep.
and I'll start as this time. I feel like ours could be actually quite similar on this one. Spain to top the group.
Yeah.
I feel like they have got the strongest side there.
Yeah.
And as I've done with these predictions, I think, as you have to do, you look at each team and whether or not you think they'll beat the other teams around them.
Yeah.
And I just see them. I see all the teams in that group beating Albania, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then Spain versus Italy will be a mouth-watering tie, but I do see Spain getting the better there. I have gone for Italy second, despite the fact they didn't have the best qualifying.
Yeah.
And some people have said that they think that they were kind of lucky to make it in, but I do still see them making it out of the group. Croatia third, and then Albania bottom. I feel like Albania, unfortunately, speaks for itself. Yeah. They have been written off, and admittedly, they could pull out a shock, but I just do not see it, as this is arguably the strongest group of all of them, really, when you think Spain, Italy, Croatia still have a load of brilliant players and could quite easily see them going on a run as well. But yeah, it'll be a really tough group and one that I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Mine is pretty much similar to yours, although I did put Croatia second and Italy third. I just think Italy...
Yeah, I don't mind that.
They are a good side, and obviously they did win the Euros last time, but I think Italy, they're very
It's not the same side.
it's not the same side, and they're also very inconsistent, and they've got some
Yeah,
younger players coming through now, like Willie Nonto. I think he was included in the squad, so I think they're a good team, but I just think Croatia, they've still got that quality all over the park, and I just think they will be
yeah.
ahead of them.
Nothing for Albania there. Don't see them picking
No,
up it. I don't think they'll pick
unfortunately, no. I think,
points.
well, I mean, last time they were in the Euros, back in Euro 2016, I don't think they did much then, and unfortunately, I don't really see them doing
No.
much now.
But have you got Italy to go through?
I
Because
do
I
have
do
Italy to
Croatia in
go. I
third.
do have Italy to go through. Yeah, I couldn't not put them through, considering the rest of the third place teams I have.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Group C now, England's group. Take us away.
Yep. Well, I went England top. I think
Yep.
it's going to
Come
be.
on, the boys.
Uh,
Get me there.
I think. I mean, I think it's pretty. Well, you could say it's pretty much nailed on. I mean, that's sort of what England tend to do.
We'd hope.
Yeah, fly through the group, and then whatever happens next happens. But
Ooh.
I went for Denmark next. Just I see them being
Yep.
stronger
Same
than
here.
Serbia and Slovenia. I think Serbia do have a good side, but again, I think Serbia will finish third, and I've gone for Slovenia to finish last.
Exact same as you.
Yep,
I want to give a mention to Denmark. Obviously, had that famous semi-final against England in the last Euros.
yep,
Very a strong side again. Not one to be like turn your nose up at. I know that game is it's a 5 o'clock on a Thursday, I believe. So
oh,
a lot of
lovely.
people will be rushing home. Yeah, a lot of people will be rushing home for that one.
Yep,
Of course, they've got Hoyland up top.
yeah,
Believe that Schmeichel is still in net for them.
yeah. I think he
So
is. Yeah,
they've got so much proven Premier League quality, especially nowadays. So yeah, I feel like they will be stronger than Serbia and Slovenia. I do have Serbia to go through as one of the third place sides as
I
well.
think I do as well. Yep, I do have Serbia to go through.
I'm on the Euros app, obviously, scrolling down just to check.
Yeah, so am I. I've got mine so I
uh,
can scroll across.
Group D now.
Yeah,
Now this is another one where I've thrown in a bit of a red herring. I have gone for France top
yeah,
because I don't see them. I don't know if they'll lose in the entire tournament. That is kind of giving away where I'm going with this.
okay.
But I've gone for Austria second. I
Really?
just feel like Netherlands could be one of those sides where, again, you look on paper and they've got like quality all over the park, but then you get to the top of the park
Yeah,
and I know they've got Gakpo, obviously, but I don't see them scoring a lot of goals. So I feel like that Netherlands Austria game will obviously decide that group. I have put Poland bottom, unfortunately.
yeah.
I just really don't think that they've got much to give. But I have gone for Netherlands third, obviously to go through still. But yeah, I've gone for France, Austria, Netherlands, Poland.
Well, I've gone a bit different to you. I've gone Netherlands top. I think
Oh wow!
I think they could top that group. I think France, especially, they won the World Cup, and I kind of feel like there's a trend of World Cup winners. Sometimes they go on to win the Euros, but then also sometimes you win the World Cup, you don't do so well in the Euros. So actually, no, they didn't
Interesting.
win the World Cup, did they? Because Argentina won it. Never mind. Ignore that sentence.
Well, they won the 28. They won the 2018 World Cup.
Yes. Okay. I guess they won that then. But then they got never. State. Well, never mind. But yeah, I put France.
World Cup finalists.
Yeah, World Cup finalists. I put France second. I think they could potentially slip up in that group. Still finish second, but that I'll probably say that would be a bit of a slip up for them. I've then gone Austria third and
Hmm.
Poland bottom.
Yeah, I feel like Poland are the team in there that I just don't see picking up any points because I just think the other sides around them are stronger.
Yeah,
But a pretty good group there and could definitely go either way there. Have you gone for Austria to go through?
I did not go for Austria to go through actually.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. On to Group E. Take us away.
So I went for Belgium top. I know they've been a bit
Yeah.
in and out recently, but just with the other teams in that group, I don't see anything different. I've gone for Ukraine second. I think
Oh,
they are a bit stronger than most people think. And just one player I will talk a bit more about later on, Ilian Zabani of Bournemouth. He's
yeah.
had a brilliant season. I mean, he's really come on with Iriola in charge. So I think whether he plays, I know he's centre back position, he could maybe influence their defence a bit more. I've gone for Slovakia third, and then Romania to finish last.
See, I went for Belgium top, obviously. They always do well in the group stages in every international tournament and then inevitably trail off.
Yeah.
But I don't see that being any different here. I went for Romania second, Slovakia third, and Ukraine bottom.
Okay.
However, I am now thinking about it, and I remember that Ukraine have got the La Liga top goal scorer.
They do.
So I'm regretting that one a bit more. However, I'll stick to my guns, obviously, because
Yeah.
I've got the rest of the predictions. I don't know. I just didn't see Ukraine doing that well. I feel like they should probably be beating Slovakia, to be honest. But I mean, keeps the predictions interesting here. Romania are my dark horses, I think, in general, though.
Okay.
I could see them doing well against the other two teams there to finish second. I feel like that third place spot now could be a bit interesting now that I've put
Yeah.
Slovakia there. But yeah, Romania, I could see them doing well. They've got some good players, obviously. Hadji, as we all know about,
Yeah.
the son of Hadji. But yeah, that is what I've gone for in that group. We've got one final group, Group F.
Yeah, and also I would
So
just like to say
I've
before
gone.
I did that, I did actually
Oh,
put
sorry.
Austria going through as third, so I was
Oh,
wrong
did
there.
you?
I was wrong.
Okay.
Yes, I looked at the wrong team.
Well, I had Netherlands, but I didn't have Slovakia going through.
Yeah.
And then Group F.
Yeah.
I feel like we've probably got the same here: Portugal, Turkey, Czech, Georgia.
Exactly the same.
Or have you?
I went exactly the same with
Yeah.
Portugal,
Well,
Turkey, Czech.
Czechia to be specific
Yeah.
nowadays. Portugal, I feel like they have one of the top three strongest sides on paper,
Yeah.
alongside France and England. They should be one of the favourites, absolutely. Ronaldo's still going. Goncalo Ramos in attack.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva will be there. And even in the back, they've got Diaz and Mendes. It's such a strong side. I see them breezing through here. And then it was just a bit of a toss-up between Turkey and Czechia. Who do I think will win that game? I reckon Turkey have got it. So
Yeah.
Georgia to finish bottom. I think it is the first ever time they qualified
Yes.
for the
It is
Euros.
their first ever tournament. So, I mean, good.
And I don't see them picking up any points.
Neither do I, but good luck to them. I mean, they've got that player who plays for
Absolutely.
Napoli with the really difficult to pronounce name.
Kushvalika.
That one, yes. They've got.
There you go.
There you go.
Stick him on screen.
They've got some decent players in their side as well, I think. So yeah, good luck to them, but I don't think they'll probably make it out the group.
No. And then obviously the third place qualifiers, we've already mentioned as we've gone through, but yeah, mine are Scotland, Croatia, Serbia, and the Netherlands.
Mine were Switzerland, Italy, Austria, and Ukraine.
There you go. So on to the round of 16. And for me, my first round of 16 tie lines up to be Spain versus Scotland, which would be a absolutely mouth-watering tie. We saw Scotland beat Spain not that long ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Because I remember the famous TikTok commentary where
Yeah.
the guy said, "You come to Scotland, you're getting battered."
Yeah.
But
Well, batter
I
your
see
paella.
Spain exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just see Spain having the stronger of that one. So Spain are the first of my sides to go through. What's your first round of 16 tie?
Yeah, my first round of 16 ties pretty similar, but mine is Spain versus Switzerland, and I did have
Yeah.
Spain going through there.
My second one was Germany versus Denmark, where I've gone for Germany. Another very good tie there, though. Don't, as I've said before, Denmark absolutely not any pushovers, but
No.
Germany just the stronger side there for me, as I've said, with the home advantage, and yeah, they're just a very strong team.
Yeah, same, literally exactly the same. Germany, Denmark, and I had Germany going through. I just think with the home advantage, I think it will help, and I think they will be just too strong for Denmark overall.
My third one is Portugal versus Serbia,
Yeah.
which will probably be one of the more convincing ones here. I've gone for Portugal, obviously. I think Portugal, as I've already mentioned, are one of my absolute favourites to do very well in this tournament. So I reckon they would breeze past Serbia.
Well, I have Portugal and Austria for that one, and
Yeah.
Portugal. I don't see any other really, so it was Portugal going through for me.
My next one was more of an interesting one. Is Austria versus Romania, where I have gone Romania to get the victory.
Okay.
Um, if they're going to be my dark horse, I've got to predict them to at least get past the round of
Yeah.
16. So that is that tie.
Next, I had France and Slovakia. Again, France going through. Don't see anything else other than that. So
No.
France are going through.
Belgium, Croatia was the next one for me,
Yeah.
where that is a very, very tasty tie. Again, I've got some great round of 16 ones on mine. Um, Belgium to go through, but I could see that one going to extra time or pens, absolutely, because Croatia, such a good side.
Next for me was Belgium and Italy. And I had Italy to go through. I just think Italy would probably be a bit too strong for Belgium. I think it'll be a fairly even game, given how I feel
Yeah.
both sides are kind of, they can slip up at times. But I think for me, Italy will be the ones to go through.
This is interesting, though, because we've definitely got some differences here in the ties. It's really good. France versus Turkey was the next one for me, where France to go through. Just do not see Turkey putting up much of a fight there.
I had Netherlands versus Turkey, and again, I put Netherlands through. I just don't think Turkey would have anything to beat them.
Well, I know who our next one is both going to be. It is the Three Lions.
Yep.
And the way that mine is lined up is for England versus the Netherlands, which is an
Ooh.
absolutely juicy round of 16 tie. Famously, in the last Euros, we had Germany as our round of 16 tie, and we managed to get past them. And I have said for us to get past the Netherlands. I've said that I think we will win that game. As I've already said, I don't see Netherlands having the best of times in this Euros in terms of the attack, so I could see us winning that tie.
On mine is England, but against Ukraine. And
Okay.
again, I don't see anything other than England win. I think obviously England are one of the favourites to go and
Yeah.
win the whole thing. So England for me going through.
And of course, England played Ukraine in the last Euros as
They
well.
did, yes, they did.
Next up for me was Hungary versus Italy, where again, Hungary, one of my outsiders, I've put them down to beat Italy.
Okay.
I just don't see Italy being that strong. I know obviously you've got them in the quarters, but I've gone for Italy to be eliminated there by Hungary. I just think Hungary, they just know how to get under team skin.
Yeah,
They know how to play a bit dirty, and I could see them nicking it and being one of those teams like Morocco was in the World Cup, for example.
yeah. And next, my final one was Scotland, Croatia. And I've gone for a Scotland win.
Oh, Scotland in the
Yeah,
quarters.
Scotland versus setting up a tasty quarter-final match there. But
I know
yeah,
what that's going to be. Yeah.
I just think Scotland. I just think they're going to go pretty far into this tournament. I think maybe quarterfinals is probably where it ends, but I think they will make out the group, make it out the round of 16, and I think it'll be a
Well,
good
considering
tournament
I
for
know
them.
how that's lining up for your quarterfinals game,
Yeah.
we'll start with that one then, since we've set it up.
Okay.
So your quarterfinal
Yeah,
there
for
is
the quarterfinal number one, England Scotland. What I mean, probably that would be take away the final. That would definitely be the biggest game of the tournament,
yeah,
unless it was England Germany in the final.
yeah.
But yeah,
I think the country would combust if that was the quarterfinal.
don't know. But yeah,
It come to a standstill.
England, Scotland. I think England will win it. But
Yeah.
I think it will bring Scotland's Euros to an end. But I think it'll be a good year. I think it will be a good Euros for Scotland, and I think they will make it to the quarterfinals. But England are going through.
But yeah, I'm not discounting Scotland at all. It's just unfortunately the way that it fell with mine. They would face Spain, so
Yeah.
I don't see them getting past them. But Eng- England versus Scotland, that is a thumbnail, I reckon.
Oh,
Wait
definitely.
for ready and waiting. Well, I would have had England versus Hungary,
Okay.
and despite them being my outsiders, I do think England would get the better of them
Yeah.
because I feel like by that point in the tournament, obviously the confidence is flowing for England.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'd be firing in the goals, so we would have enough to overturn them. My other quarterfinals are all very tasty. I've had Spain versus Germany, which is two of the strongest sides there, obviously.
Yeah.
And purely off of the home bias, I'm going for Germany. Could see that one being like a penalties or extra time win
Yeah,
where the crowd just spurs them on, but there's really not much to separate those two sides.
yeah. I mean, mine's exactly the same. Spain versus Germany, and I've gone for a Germany win.
Yeah.
Home side, got the fans behind them. So yeah, I don't think they can be stopped.
My next one is an interesting one, Portugal versus Romania.
Yeah,
And again, despite the fact that I'm bigging up these teams as my ones to watch, like outlier red herrings, I have gone for Portugal to win.
yeah,
Again, just I feel like when it comes down to it, Portugal have got the stronger side on paper, so that's all you can really go off right
yeah.
now. And then what was your
My next one
third
was
quarterfinal?
Portugal, France. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is tasty.
I just don't think there's any other winner than France. You know, I mean, Portugal have got a good squad, but France, like I said before, World Cup finalists last time, World Cup winners before that.
Yeah,
I think they're a strong side, and I think they just will be too strong for Portugal.
I had Belgium versus France, which is where I've gone for the Belgium drop off, which we've
Yeah,
been talking about. Again with France, they're just when you look at them on paper, as we've said, they've made it to the most recent finals,
yeah,
and there's a reason for that. They are just so strong, and they're only getting better. Kylian Mbappe is still the best striker in the world, arguably. I don't actually know if that's even arguable, to be honest. Just gone to Real Madrid.
yeah.
So, yeah, that sets up our semi-finals, though. So take us away. What are your two semis?
Okay, so my two semis. My first one is Germany versus France, and I've gone for
Yeah.
a Germany win just because there's been a
Oh,
theme of wherever the final is being played, the host has made it to the final. So I've gone for Germany over France.
I have got Germany versus Portugal, and this is where I've said Germany to drop out.
Okay.
I've gone for a Portugal win just because I feel like they have the better attack. So I feel like if it comes down to like penalties, if it's a really tight game, extra time, if you need a player to bring on to score that winner, I feel like Portugal are the stronger of the two.
Okay. And for my second semi final, I've gone for the Netherlands and England. Um,
Oh,
and I don't see anything else but an England victory. I think.
I know what this finally. You've got the tastiest Euro predictions here. Jeez.
Setting up great
So
finals.
my semi is France versus
Yeah.
England again, just like the World Cup. And unfortunately, I do not think England have enough to beat France right now. Uh, Especially after I know obviously it was only a friendly against Iceland, but if they play anything like they did in that against France, then it might be about 10-0. But yeah, France versus England, I don't think it will be 10-0. It'll be a tight game.
Yeah.
But I mean, as I kind of alluded to right at the very start, not seeing France losing a game, that kind of means that they're going to have to beat England in the semi. So your final
Yeah, as I said
is
before,
absolutely
I said
naughty.
there'd be nothing bigger than England Scotland unless there was a Germany England final, and that's what I've gone for. Repeat of 1966, it in Germany this
Yeah.
time rather than being in London. And I have gone for an England win. I think I've gone for England to win the
Wow.
Euros. I've done
He's
it.
gone for England to win the Euros.
Yeah,
Wow.
but also partly because whenever as I said before, the host of wherever the final is, the host has always been in the
Yeah.
final, but the host has always slipped up, as England found out last time, and France found out
Yep.
8 years ago against Portugal.
Yep.
Ed scoring a winner on that
Well.
day. Swansea player at the time as well. I love you, Day.
Oh wow.
There you go. There you go. But
There you
yes,
go.
England to
Well,
win it.
we could be in for an incredible summer then. A Scotland England quarterfinal was it?
Yeah.
And then an England Germany
Yeah.
final. That would be like the dream tournament for many England fans there that you've set up. So that is quite incredible. Mine is not quite as tasty for that for England fans. Mine is a France Portugal
A
final.
repeat
So
of
a repeat of
2016.
that
Yeah.
famous 2016. But this time I've gone for France. I just genuinely cannot look past them. Whenever I come back to do these predictions, I know it's probably quite boring and
Yeah.
it's what a lot of the other like famous podcast or YouTubers or whatever, or even pundits genuinely Portugal. France just have such a strong side. I just do not see them losing, unfortunately. So I have gone for them as my winner. I will ask you: do you have a Golden Boot winner in mind if England win the Euros?
I don't have a golden boot winner. I haven't thought about one even, but putting me on the spot, potentially Kylian Mbappe, maybe Harry
Yeah,
Kane,
Mbappe's mine.
um,
Mbappe's mine.
maybe even I don't know, maybe a team that hasn't made it quite as far might have the golden boot. You know, if someone has a brilliant, if there's like
Yeah,
a pasting in a group stage game or something like that. You know,
yeah.
who knows? I think I'd say probably for the first time in well, maybe quite a while, but I think it's quite open for the Golden Boot because mainly, normally you might say, oh, it could be Harry Kane or it's going to be Ronaldo or Mbappe, something like that. But I think,
Yeah,
yeah, I think there is a few players could win that, mainly the ones I've mentioned. But yeah, sometimes the Golden Boot winner
I
is
think.
someone who's gone out in the group stage. You know, if there's a crazy game like
Yeah,
that. But you know,
I think for me, if I'm saying France to win it, that is kind of alluding to
yeah,
Mbappe having a good tournament. So he would be my Golden Boot winner. I guess player of the tournament as well is quite dependent on who wins it.
yeah,
I reckon again could be Mbappe if he has a good tournament, or even if Bellingham does well this summer.
yeah.
He's such hot property right now.
Yeah, I
I see
think
no
he's
reason why
in
he couldn't
with a
have a great
shout for it.
tournament.
I mean, he could win player and young player, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably Bellingham would be my shout for young player at the moment, I think.
There's the Golden Glove as well, I
Yeah.
believe. So that's like the most. Is it the most clean sheets or just the best keeper?
I think in this it is the best keeper. I think only in the league is it usually the clean
Yeah.
sheets wise. But yeah, that could
So
go.
again, probably whoever wins it.
Yeah, whoever wins it, or probably who maybe makes it to the semi final, or maybe like
Yeah.
that. I think usually it is like a semi finalist or a finalist who gets the Golden Glove because obviously the semi final. Oh, actually, did the semi finalists play third place player from the Euros or not? Or was
I
that?
don't think they do. No, because we would have had that on our predictions, wouldn't we?
Oh
Because
yeah.
that's the official Euro ones we've been doing it on. So
Okay, so maybe not a semi finalist. Yeah, basically whoever wins it, the final then is going to have that.
yeah.
Could be Pickford, could be Neuer.
Yeah. And then a surprise package team for you, I'm guessing, would be Scotland then.
Yeah, Scotland for me. I just think the whole way through the qualifying process, as I said before, I feel like they've just been on it more than they ever have really coming into a tournament. So I think getting to 2 Euros in a row for them is just a bit of a confidence boost. I don't think they did too badly at the last Euros, but yeah, I think
No.
they're definitely stronger now, and yeah, I could see them going further.
And then mine would be Romania
Yeah,
to reach the quarterfinals, or sorry, should I say? And then you had some players ready and some facts, of course. Sanders'
yeah.
fact of the day. We haven't. I don't think we've had that for a little while now.
Haven't had one of them for a while, but yeah. So I've got some facts from the tournament. Some the oldest players, youngest players at the tournament, oldest captains, oldest coaches. So I'll run you through them. The oldest
Yep.
player at the tournament is Pepe. Most who will probably
Yep.
remember him for headbutting Thomas Muller back at the World Cup in 2014. He's going to be 41 years old and 109
Wow.
days at time of recording. Obviously, if this goes out maybe tomorrow, he'll be 110 days. But youngest player is, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Lamine Yamal, the young Spanish player for Barcelona. 16 years and
Yep.
337 days. 16. That is
Wow.
incredible.
4 years younger than
I
us.
know. Christ. We are getting old. And then the oldest goalkeeper of Georgia is Georgi Loria, who is 39 years and 130 days. And
Nice.
youngest goalkeeper is the Netherlands' Bart Verbruggen, 21 years old, 301 days. It's his first major tournament with Netherlands as well. And he's got the number one
Yep.
shirt. So
Nice.
big,
One to watch there.
yeah. And he had a solid season with Brighton in the Premier League. Obviously, beginning he was
Yep.
rotating with Jason Steele. But yeah, definitely one to watch. The oldest captain, might be able to guess it, Ronaldo, 39 years and 130 days. And the youngest actually
Yep.
is, I was actually quite surprised he was this young, Dominic Szoboszlai. only 23
Oh
years
yeah,
and 233 days.
he is. Yeah,
I didn't know he was that
he
young.
is. Yeah,
And the coaches, Austria's coach, Ralf Rangnick, 65 years, 351 days. And the youngest is former RB Leipzig and Bayern Munich head coach Julian Nagelsmann, who is 36 years and 327 days.
yeah. He's done a hell of a lot in his career, considering how young he is in
Yeah,
terms of coaching.
yeah. He obviously was at Leipzig. He was at Munich. I
Yeah,
remember he was he rumored with
around
a
the world.
United job? I know he was rumored with a Tottenham job at one
He
point.
was for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, who hasn't been rumored with the United job though? Any big
true.
manager in Europe.
Yeah. And then
um, Yeah, we've also got the list of players who are competing who have played in the championship this season.
yeah,
So we've got to give a shout out to all our friends in the second tier.
yeah,
So we'll just run you through a few of the names you'll probably recognise. Of course, Andy Weimann
yeah. Andy Weimann.
is featuring for Austria. Adam Wharton in the English squad
Yeah,
of Blackburn. You've got a hell of a lot in the Scotland squad, including Che Adams, Stuart Armstrong, Tommy Conway recently called up,
yeah. That's
Liam
really good for
Cooper.
him. Tommy Conway. I think he had a good season at Bristol City, kind of coming into his own a bit. So yeah, good for him.
And then one of the ones you may not know about, which you did know how to pronounce this guy's name, so I'll leave it to you, the Georgian.
Oh yeah, Georgi Shakvatadze. He signed for Watford at the beginning of last season. Attacking midfielder. From what I've seen of him, he does look quite a good player. I don't know how much game time he'll get at the tournament. I hope he does get a bit of game time, as he is quite a good player.
Yeah,
And obviously the quality of Georgia's squad, they might not have the best players, so he might be getting a chance in there in the first team. And then there's Callum Styles as well.
yep,
He was on loan at Sunderland, formerly at Barnsley, with Hungary. I think that comes through his grandparents. I think his grandmother is Hungarian,
yeah,
if I am correct. And then a couple of players in the Turkish side as well. Yunus Akgün of Leicester. To be honest, I
yeah.
don't really remember seeing much of him throughout the season. He did score a couple of goals. I think he did score against Swansea actually when we went there, but typical. But yeah, and Okay Yokuşlu, who was at Watford at one point, but West Brom now.
Yeah, I was going to say West Brom, of course.
Yeah, he's a brilliant midfielder. Really, really good at championship level. And to be honest, I think he'd do all right in the Premier League as well if and when West Brom get back there.
There you go. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We had to get this video up before the Euros just to run through our predictions. Xander, of course, with the bold prediction of England to win the Euros.
Yeah,
Let us know what you think of our predictions in the comments below. Leave your own winners, Golden Boot winners, surprise package. Thank you very much. We'll be with you back very soon for some more Euros reaction. And then, of course, not long until pre-season now, Xander, as well.
yeah, not long till pre-season. Obviously, our goals were confirmed not too long ago. Slightly disappointed with who Argyle are playing, especially considering now,
It's
obviously,
not too bad.
it's not too
It's
bad.
better than last year.
Yeah, it is better than last year. I mean, they're winnable, all
Can't be any
winnable
worse.
at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, pre-season,
It's a shame about no home games, but
yeah,
it's about what you'd expect.
bloom and take that,
You and me, we can ride on a star.
Yeah.
We can rule the world. Thank you very much for joining us,
Thank you.
and goodbye.
Goodbye.